Hey guys, good morning. It is July 16th. It is Saturday. I think it's July 16th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because Thursday was the 14th. I'm pretty tired. Not doing too bad. I wanted to kind of just start out this video with a prayer for all the people who were killed in France. And the people in my city and in Dallas, and all the strife in our world. I just want to, go ahead and say a prayer at the beginning before I get into my video. I actually have a lot that I kind of want to go through. I may need to do two videos today, or a video today and tomorrow to kind of cover it all. So I'm not gonna rush myself through it, but I want to just say a prayer this morning. Dear God, just please help all the families of those whose lives were taken in France. Please help, Nice to heal, and France to heal, and for these crazy random acts of violence to stop. Just please help us as people to keep level heads and to neutralize any violence in our lives, and to stay together with our families, and just help heal our country and every country. Give us strength to maintain a Republican mindset, a Republic mindset, not a Republican mindset, but a Republic mindset where we take our individual responsibilities to take care of life. Please strengthen that in all of us, and strengthen our hearts, so we can get through situations. Please help all target individuals in this time. Please help all policemen in this time, ex-military, and the people whose families are hurting for certain situations in every city. Amen. It wasn't really well said, but I needed to say that prayer. I went over and talked to my dad, and I saw that, I'd heard about it, and then talked to him, and he had kind of a, I don't know, it's like, I was sitting there trying to say something about DHS Fusion Center. He's like, I heard about something like that, don't get into the details. And he's watching Fox News, and he's, I don't know, he just has he's very against extremist Islam, and thinks we need to do whatever it takes, to fight him. And he doesn't understand this situation where his son's being, murdered in his own city. And I don't know, it hurt, because we're kind of on a different page, and I'm pretty sure that he was hurt by this program, but I guess that's pretty complicated. I don't want to get into that this morning. Needless to say, it was painful kind of talking to him. I still love him. He loves me. I'm his son. He's my dad. But just to see the older generation and what they're being fed by the mainstream media, and they're not going to any other social media outlets, kind of learn the details of this stuff, and these agendas that are being pushed. It's hard. It's very hard, and I know it's hard for y'all too. I just want to lift that up to God too. And there's a one-light car. First thing, in the back of my phone fell off. I'm gonna leave that down there. God, it fell right in the crack of the seat. I did want to talk about this morning. What was I gonna start on this morning? I'll go ahead and try and answer a question. It's kind of two birds with one stone. I had a comment, and it was a person who doesn't believe this is happening, and said, I was showing the signs of psychosis, and because I was videotaping somebody passing me by, and trying to turn that into gang stalking, which does exist, and target individuals do exist. I left a snarky comment saying, he didn't research enough, didn't know the truth. And so I wanted to answer, and he said, You know, why do you think you're so special? People keep putting comments like that. You know, I've made videos where I explain in detail, you know, why it's not just that simple. Why I'm not like, I'm special and they're going after me because I'm special and they found out I'm special. And also, another commenter who's a target individual kind of asked a similar question. You know, why are target individuals being targeted in the billions of people not being targeted? Very complicated questions. You know, very, very complicated situations, because, you know, how a target individual is picked is very complicated. And, like, I couldn't even say, okay, this is how it works, guys. That's how this whole targeting thing does work, is that you really don't know every situation. I know in my situation, you know, it was probably just people being mad at me, people getting annoyed with me, you know, then putting me on the list, saying, you know, I needed to be watched, I was a person of interest, not thinking that I was special, but thinking that I just deserved an extra eye on me. And then what happened when the surveillance started, and then they started doing the, you know, the electromagnetic frequency attacks, and there's the light changing on me. We'll see if it's a short light. But so my situation has evolved to this. You know, each target individual situation evolves. Why we're picked, and I've said this before, I don't know. There's another target individual, and I've said this before too. You know, he said that, and you saw how short that light was. He said that we were, you know, influential individuals. I think he used another term, but that basically wraps it up. What he was talking about, that term wraps up what he was trying to convey. That we are influential, that we can influence people in society. I think that may be true, but I do not think that we are picked for that reason. I do not think these people see us as special. My attacker, you know, at first it was a couple of guys, an ex-Marine and an older guy who I don't really know his affiliations. I think they got me on the list. They started attacking me with the high-pitch EHF, surveilling me, remotely attacking me, you know, then passed it down to some younger men. There's another light change coming up. We'll see how quick that light is. My guy's, yeah, on the V2K, he's tired, he's very desperate and wants to wrap this up, which I don't understand, because it's just not getting wrapped up. You know, it keeps on getting just worse and worse, and it's just a big sticky situation. You see how quick those lights are. That's when on the grid they're changing them. They're very short, not even, some of them aren't even 10 seconds. But yeah, but it's, you know, it's like, you know, I got picked because, you know, I was smoking weed in my apartment. I don't smoke weed now, but I was doing that. I was playing loud music. I was having a battle with Crohn's disease, and I really wasn't paying attention to the people around me in my apartment complex. I wasn't kissing their ass. I wasn't really paying attention, so I wasn't like, oh, I should be quiet. I was in a place, and, you know, I was being a little bit, being not selfish, but just wasn't paying attention. And I played my music loud late at night, and, you know, I did smoke weed in the apartment. I was like, well, you know, I might get a ticket from the cops or get put in jail, or my neighbors come and talk to me. You know, I thought there were laid out consequences. I thought I had thought of those consequences, but I never could have predicted this program. They got annoyed with me. They had connections, and then they started in on me with the high-pitched sound to get me out of that apartment. But since it was going on, they kept it going on. You know, my name went on the list. They kept me surveilled. You know, I was then a person of interest, and they could go ahead and, you know, surveil me and attack me, and this gave them money. You know, they got money out of it, and they got to use technology. So why stop? You know, these men who started it on me, you know, they didn't really, they didn't care about me. They didn't care what happened to my family. And there's a one-light truck right there. And then when I moved into the house from the apartment, So I'll just kind of jump ahead. I'm not going to go through all the details of who the equipment was passed on to. But when I moved into the house that I was at, there was an ex-Army guy there, and you know they passed the equipment to him, and he agreed to do it because of a connection with them that was maybe extra military. It was something else too. I have my theories on that. I can't say for sure, so I'm not gonna really go into that. But I think they had some fraternal connection that was extra military. And it evolved. It kept evolving as I was in the house. He tortured me. His situation was evolving, where he was getting more connections. He was becoming a TLO, or a terrorist liaison officer. He was making up information about me, trying to grow the situation so that he could get more resources, to harass me, to make me look crazy. And once they start in on you, they have to make you look crazy, because if they don't, then you just go around and you make a lot of sense, and people, they listen to you. I feel like I've held on, and I am still holding on to where I still make sense. So that's a good thing for me and the world, but not such a good thing for this man who's doing it. He doesn't like that, so he wants to keep going until death, until I die, or I'm driven crazy to discredit me, or just clean up the problem. But so that question of, I think I'm special, or why are we targeted? It's different in every situation. Some people may go to HR at their companies, and then somebody in the company is connected, and they put them on a list as a vendetta thing. Could be something like me. I'm not sure. If I think back and I'm like, okay, it started at that apartment, which I'm not sure of. I think it may have started in Texas at Dell. But if I just say, okay, it started at that apartment, it was some guys who were annoyed with me. That's why this thing is so hard to define, because if it started in Texas, I had workplace mobbing. It was right after surgery where I went into a new department, and there was this ex-Marine manager who worked by my manager, and he didn't like me. He knew that. I guess he thought I was on drugs, because I was taking like half a painkiller in the morning, half a painkiller in the evening at work, because I had just had my stomach ripped open. It hadn't even been 2 months since then. So I did still have to take pain medication, because I had a foot in my colon taken out. And so it was a misunderstood situation where they just saw a troublemaker, and I was really going through something real. I had to keep the job. I could not leave the job, because my parents had just lost a bunch of money. So I could not. I had to keep that job. My family could not support me. And so a misunderstanding occurred. So if I go back and I think that it started in Texas, which I kind of do now, I didn't get the high-pitched sound till I was here, but I think that it was kind of slowly rolling since I was in Texas. Then it had something to do with where I worked in Texas, and somebody there. So I have 2 points that I think it may have started at. The only thing I can say, guys, it's really confusing. I'm getting this normal person's license plate. I came to the Walmart to get something to eat, but I may drive around, try and get some more vehicular stocking. It's really confusing to know. But I want to dismiss this thing about these people thinking we're special. They may see us as outspoken. They may see us as persons of interest, somebody who could do something dangerous. It may have a eugenics twist to it, where they just kind of want to get rid of somebody. There's a lot of ways, but I want to dismiss that idea that, and okay, I'm gonna say this. I think I am special, and especially when you become a target individual, then you are special. I think we do have a responsibility, because this can get very bad. It's already on hellish levels of bad, and it can get worse. I've seen how a situation that I was like, this is the worst situation in the world, this man and, you know, the people he's got to help